Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Symphony. Symphony Entertainment Gaming and Arts is a gaming company that focuses on horror systems, indie games, organic content, and player agency to bring a symphonic approach to horror role-playing. I am your host, Keeper Mav, and this afternoon we are playing the Sutra of Pale Leaves for Call of Cthulhu 7th Edition. One quick announcement, Symphony Entertainment has a Patreon. If you like this content and would like to help us create more, please back the Symphony on Patreon. You can check that out at patreon.com/symphonyentertainment. Content warnings have been discussed with the cast and crew. The X card is in play. X's can be sent via private message. No judgment passed. No questions asked. We'll also be using the green, yellow, red traffic light method, which can be called by any cast member at any time. So without further ado, let's unveil the cast. Cast members, please introduce yourselves, tell us where people can find you, and some of the things that you do. Starting off with...
Hello, everybody. I'm Bucho, production daddy at Symphony Entertainment. You can find me at, I think it's linktree.com/Bucho Rodenberger. You can find me at Bucho Rodenberger on Instagram. You could stalk me on Facebook, but that wouldn't get you very far. I am also in a lot of the Discords, causing a lot of problems when I have time to do so.
And next...
Hi, everybody. I'm Doc. I also have a Linktree, linktree.com/DocBones to find out all the things that I've written for the Miskatonic Repository, a bunch of various games I've appeared in, and panels and stuff. I just like to show up places. As Mav will attest, I don't say no to things. If you ask me to do something, the answer is probably going to be yes. And I can also be found on the Discords. Find me there. I'm in a lot of them as well. And tonight I am playing Takahashi-san, the salaryman.
Indeed. Next up...
Ohayo gozaimasu. I'm Tomboi LaCroix. You can find me online as Tomboi LaCroix on Insta, Discord, and pretty much anywhere else. As for what I'm doing, I have a Cthulhu Dark scenario that should be coming out soon, The Last Stop. And tonight I am playing Samantha Percy, the Konbini employee and international smuggler.
Great mashup there. And last but not least...
Hello, I'm Perry Clark. I'm your licensed marriage and family therapist who's showing and processing his short king energy as Jabari Croft in this game tonight. You can usually catch me on my podcast, which is Untying Knots, Minds and Souls Untethered. Otherwise, you can also catch me playing Kingston Biko Garvey over on Silver Screens and Reunion of Threads over on Apocalyptic Unlimited. Yes, Pocket Daddy.
Just going to call you that from now on. Pocket Daddy Jabari Croft. So I am, as I stated before, your host for this evening and your keeper, Keeper Mav. My pronouns are they, them. And you can find me on the Old Ways podcast, where I am the head of Mythos Horror, running Call of Cthulhu, Trail of Cthulhu, Cthulhu Dark, and various other slimy tentacle things, whispering in the dark. I'm running the Silver Screams campaign, which Perry mentioned is that he's part of our Trail of Cthulhu campaign set in 1930s Hollywood. You can find me on Ain't Slayed Nobody, along with Bridget, in the Down Darker Trails, Bleaker Trails campaign, which is coming to an end very, very soon, if it hasn't already by the time this airs. And you can also find me on the Miskatonic Playhouse, How We Roll podcast, and a bunch of other places. And you can find my scenarios on DriveThruRPG. Most recent one is Hot Bro Summer, which I wrote with Evan Perlman, a celebration of the the early aughts reality television shows and a lot of broitude. So all the fun stuff. New scenario coming soon. We'll talk more about that at a later date. All right. So we are resuming our dive into the scenario fanfic from the Sutra of Pale Leaves. When we last left our intrepid investigators, they were leaving the manga market to go check out a lead. They had unmasked or been present at the unmasking of a young woman who was absolutely terrified of Jabari, and gave them directions to what she says is the address of the author of The Tale of Pale Leaves, this manga that's been driving people wild, and also happens to be her boyfriend. So we're going to go and check that out, I believe. Is that still the plan?
Yeah,
right.
We got to have a chat with him.
All right. So you are heading to Coda's apartment, Coda Tsutomu. And you're taking the train. You have to go out to Tabata, part of Tokyo. And it's several stops north on the line, about 30 minutes from where you are currently. So you'll have a little bit of time to chat, figure out your game plan, decide how you want to approach this, essentially, as you're making your way towards this apartment. So I will let you figure out what you would like to do as you're approaching this situation.
Well, Jabari, how old are you again?
I think about 24.
And how
Either
are
way, I'm probably better staying towards the back.
okay?
I've got some history with a situation like this.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Well, would you like to know? I realize now that I've had a chance to calm down. It make more and more sense about why I was so uncharacteristic and anti-cultural, shall we say?
With the girl at the
Saito.
table. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little much.
Yeah, well, it goes back to when I was about 8 years old. My friend Rodney and I had been going to a 3-day comic show, and we were there the first day. Rodney got swindled by somebody who he ended up taking money from his family. When they found out, he was in the hospital for several weeks, and members of his family was arrested, and he was spirited off into social services for protection, and I never saw him again.
Damn.
But it's because he fell prey to somebody who was swindling a fake comic.
Yeah, let's keep you on the back line for now. Just yeah. Okay.
When all of that became apparent, it just sent me back there.
This might be a better situation while I'm thinking about it for Takahashi-san to be kind of here's my plan. I plan on assuming that someone has filed a report on behalf of this author, letting him know that somebody is stealing and copying his work, and that's the plan. So I'm hoping Takahashi, maybe with Takahashi-san, maybe with your grasp of your home language, that you can make sure that I'm not missing anything in the conversation.
Of course, and we can also bring to him the serious crime of, if he is indeed counterfeiting things or having things stolen, the financial aspect of this must be investigated.
This
The
is
numbers do not lie, Landry-san.
Okay. For
And this
now,
time, I am prepared, and I'll pull out a calculator from my jacket pocket.
I like how this is going. Okay. Percy-san, how would you like to approach this?
Well, I know that I've always found that speakers are given a lot more leeway. So Takahashi-san could be our translator.
Okay, that's
I would
true.
be happy to do that.
Okay, I like this. Okay. Well, Jabari, if you want to kind of keep an eye on the road while we're engaged in conversation, maybe that might be best for the moment, but we'll play it by ear as things go.
Yeah, that works fine for me. I mean, obviously, I'm a shout away if you need to have me come in as the art expert.
Okay.
Okay, so with a plan, you make your way to the address that Saito provided to you. Uh, it is in an older condominium. So it's a much older building, and it doesn't look to be super well managed, and it's nothing fancy. You'd think perhaps that with as popular as the work is, that maybe he could afford something better, or maybe he just values his privacy. You're not sure, but you make your way up to the door, and what do you do?
Well, I'm gonna knock. I'm gonna put myself prominently in the doorway and make sure that my badge is very out in the
Mm-hmm.
open, or at least visible.
Mm-hmm. So you knock and you wait.
I'll be just off your right shoulder, like right behind you, as if to say, like, if I'm pretending to be a translator, I want to be in that position where I can immediately jump in if need be.
I'm
Coda-san,
gonna.
There's no
go ahead.
response.
Go ahead.
Sam,
Sam?
were you going to do something?
Oh, I was just gonna say that I was gonna be standing back a little bit, smoking a cigarette away from everyone.
Okay. There's no answer.
I'm going to knock again, and if I don't get another response, I'm going to try the knob.
Okay. There's heavy blinds drawn across the windows, which, they're not open. They should be open in daylight. So you can't see into the apartment. You try the doorknob, it's locked.
Okay. I want to kind of take a look around. Is there anyone out right now? Is it like a very busy kind of area that somebody could see what I'm doing?
You can give me a spot hidden roll.
Yeah.
May I also attempt one?
Absolutely.
That is, nope, that is not going to happen.
Okay.
That's a hard success for Takahashi-san.
Okay.
Woof.
So Trent, you don't notice anybody or anything around. Takahashi, you also don't see anyone out and about. Based on this building and its location, you would guess it's mostly older people and who can't afford very much and don't have families to take care of them, and harried salary workers with no families who would thus be at work. You do see a small building labeled building manager, essentially. Just a small sort of standalone off to the side that you could go and talk to someone to try and let you in if you wanted to. But if you want to try and open the door through nefarious means, there's no one around watching. If
I'm
that
not
would,
saying I'm not saying I got a locksmith skill. I'm just saying.
Lenderson, is this not how you Americans do things? If no
Uh,
one answers, you burst the door down.
no, that's not. No, that's
I
Hollywood.
saw that in many movies.
In many movies, that's Hollywood. That's not real life. Um,
Oh. And you, Takahashi, my face just looks really sad because that was my understanding of like America in general was just all these movies that I was
uh,
getting from Percy-san.
let me put it into clearer terms for you, Takahashi-san. If all police officers did that to everybody they were investigating, it would cost the police entirely too much money. So it's not cost efficient.
Oh yes, it is very important to make sure your bottom line is always in order.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should expand
Oh.
the police budgets.
oh god,
I'm gonna walk up, fumbling with my keys, and then pull one up to the door and try to hit it with my shoulder.
Oh no.
Trent, are you going to do anything about that before she gets there? Like, did you have a plan for opening the door? Or are you just gonna let her
I
knock
don't
into the
think
door?
I don't think I'm going to let her. I think what's going to happen is she's just going to do it, and it's going to happen so fast that I don't even
Okay.
have time to react.
All right, give me a strength roll.
It's a 4, which is an extreme.
Get the fuck out.
Oh my god. What's your strength to begin with?
55.
55. Okay. So Trent, you're trying to
Mine's
figure
is
out how
60 if you care.
you're trying to gain entry, figure out how you're going to gain entry, and then Sam just kind of pushes past you and Takahashi and
Uh-huh.
shoves her shoulder into the door. It's an older building with an older door, so it's not quite as sturdy maybe as some of the newer buildings, and the door just pops open. Congratulations. You can enter the building now.
Damn it. Okay.
I mean, you said that police officers can't do it. I'm not a police officer.
She has a point, Landry-san.
That is the incorrect viewpoint on that particular issue, but the door's open, so
Let's say, are you just
As we
standing around
say-
talking with an open door?
yeah.
As we say in accounting, Landry-san, sometimes the ends justify the means.
Oh my god. Okay.
I thought it
well,
was just sometimes this math is mathing.
This math, We should make sure to subtract ourselves from this front area and add ourselves to the interior, Percy-san.
Jabari is just standing across the street, trying to pretend like he's looking around, trying to find an address, watching all of this. And at which point he just does another.
Mm-hmm.
Jabari
So-
says, looking up, he's pulling like a Japanese to English dictionary. How do I say those motherfuckers?
So, Jabari, are you going to follow them in now that they have figured out a way of ingress, or are you just going to keep Overwatch?
I'll stick with Overwatch just for the
Okay.
moment.
All right. So the three of you go inside. Inside, it's a tiny studio apartment, and there's a little kitchenette. There's a bathroom, you would guess, and there's one large room that's separated from the entrance by a sliding door. There's unwashed laundry, overdue bills all over the floor, mail scattered everywhere. If you slide open the door, which I'm assuming you do, there's a futon style bed, essentially, with laundry just poured all over it. It doesn't smell great in here. This is very much a bachelor apartment, and it looks like it hasn't gotten a good cleaning in quite a while. So you see that there's off to the side, on the other side from the kitchenette, there's a large, cheap-looking desk with an expensive-looking easel on it and tracing paper. There's all sorts of artist tools all over the desk. Uh, and so there's various and sundry things around this room. But the main thing that you see when you open the door is there is a floor to ceiling poster board against one of the walls. It's a wraith like being with long, tattered robes splaying out tendrils like tentacles on the ground. Its limbs are unnaturally long, ending in bony, clawed fingers. Its hood shades an elongated, pale mask with a strange texture, dark, hollow eyes, and no human features. Tentacles writhe out from beneath the robes, and it gives you an aura of death, decay, and dread. And like a sanity roll from the three of you. Outside, Jabari's going, man, I'm glad I didn't fucking go in there, and he has no idea why.
56 under 61.
Okay?
38 under 47.
I failed.
Okay, just 1 point. It
Okay.
disturbs you, Trent. It's very unsettling the way this thing is drawn, and just how much you can feel the decay roiling off of it. It unsettles you.
Is this reminiscent of anything I saw in the comics?
It is not.
Okay.
The comics that you saw were brighter somehow. They were more gentle. This figure is twisted and perverted, and it strikes at your brain.
Is this something I may have come across in ironically, I don't have an art skill, but like either like my art history or the occult? Is
Mhm.
this something that I recognize or something
This is
similar to
not.
that? Okay.
Mhm. But I will give you without a roll. Those of you who went to the table with Saito, remember that the name of the sequel to The Tale of Pale Leaves is called The Alabaster Archfiend. And if you had to describe an archfiend, well, you got one. So, at the bottom, at the floor beneath the picture, you can see there's a cushion, like a prayer cushion, on the floor with a deep dent in it, as if someone's been kneeling on it fairly recently. But there's things around the apartment, and you are free to explore with the hollow mask seeming to follow your every movement.
I'm gonna call out for Coda-san repeatedly and just let him know that, like, hi, we are in your apartment. You're not in trouble, but we do need to talk to you, So, and then I would motion to Takahashi-san, like, maybe translate that, repeat what I'm saying, just in case, like, I'm getting it wrong or,
Ah,
whatever.
Shout it out in Japanese as well.
Yeah, you don't think
I'm
he's here because it's such a tiny studio.
Oh, okay.
You don't hear any movement in the bathroom, which is just this
Hmm.
little cubicle essentially with a door off to the side. Uh, you don't think he's here.
Don't touch anything, guys. Um,
Oh, I was gonna check out his art supplies.
I mean, you can look
I
at them. I wanted to look through them too, but just don't. It's best not to touch anything, really.
Well, I will look but not touch at his art supplies.
Say you're looking at the art supplies. All
Anything
right.
seem out of the
Mm-hmm.
ordinary? I mean, I have points in calligraphy, so I assume that would carry over to some level of art.
Yeah. So there's a sketchbook here,
Yeah.
an open sketchbook. You can flip through it if you'd like to, or just leave it there. There's scrap paper. Uh, there's he's got very expensive art equipment, which is in stark contrast to the dinginess of this little apartment. But you can see there's a scrap of notebook paper that catches your eye. It looks to be a freshly written one. It has the name Kanisaka written on it, and it says below that Heiwajima Park, 1730, 26th December. And then a scribbled note under that that just says drinks after.
Sorry, what was the date on that again?
The 26th of December.
What's the current date?
The 26th of December.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
How
Um,
convenient.
yeah, how could it be weird? Weird. It's almost like it's written.
Wow, we
I
are
would like to
nailing
check out the
this.
fridge.
Okay. So you go to check out the fridge. Um, Takahashi-san, was there anything else you were looking at on the desk?
I am going to wait until Landry-san is not looking and thumb through the sketchbook.
Okay. So you can see when you look through here, as soon as Trent turns his back, um, the early stuff that you see is really mediocre.
Okay.
Really. Not super skilled work at all. As you flip through, the quality gets a little bit better, but it's really disturbing, Takahashi. Gory and apocalyptic and just really uncomfortable images. But you see sketches of what you think is the Prince of Pale Leaves, just based on description. Um, this man with the pale face, the green eyes, and the yellow robes, essentially, the benevolent smile on his face. Um, but the robes become more tattered and grimy, and the proportions get unnatural. And the further it goes, the closer it looks to that imagery that's on the wall in that mural. Just the further he goes along, so his skill gets better, but the quality of the subject matter degrades at the same time. And you can give me an intelligence roll.
79 over 65.
Okay, that's fine. Totally fine.
I don't like the way you said that. Now I want to spend the luck.
Yeah, you're fine. You're totally fine.
Nothing's the matter.
All right. So, Trent, what are you looking at? Sam's going over to the fridge. The
Um,
little
I think
little fridge.
I think I would just be looking around for anything that was
Mhm.
reminiscent of what I saw in the comic book to kind
Mhm.
of compare styles. Like, is
Mhm.
this really the guy who is, um,
Mhm.
whether that's in the Notebook or whether it's on other shit? Yeah,
Mhm.
that's kind of what I'd be looking for at that moment.
Okay. So you find random bits of mail scattered around, things that haven't been opened in a long time.
Hmm.
Uh, you find a flyer for a disco club called Panic, and you remember Saito mentioning that she met Coda there. That's where they met. You see on it there's various women's names and phone numbers that have been written and then crossed out in angry, angry, angry pen strokes. The last name on there and phone number is Saitos, and this one's been circled. You do find scraps of paper with little drawings on them, just sketches. But you don't find anything like what Takahashi's finding in the notebook, because he seems to keep most of his artwork at least in the same place over at his desk.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're getting a bit of an unsettling mental picture
Yeah,
of
because
this person.
it feels like he's almost got like incel vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like there's a lot of that. And you said there's a lot of mail on the like gathering on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Do I find anything like is the disco club flyer in that, or is that in a different pile? Like I want to kind of see
It
what.
Yeah, it's on the futon essentially,
Okay.
where he would sleep. So it's not in the pile of mail. It looks like something he's held on to for a while, but you get from it that he goes there a lot.
I want to take that. I want to take
Take
that,
that?
and I
Okay.
want to, yeah, that something about that feels very hinky to
Mm-hmm.
me. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Sam, you're looking at the fridge. It's an old fridge. It's making a whirring noise as you go to it. Uh, what are you looking for?
So I'm opening it up to look at the food inside. Kind of the idea is if there's a whole bunch of like rotting food in here, he may not have been here in quite some time.
Mhm. There's not a lot of rotting food. Uh, there's some very wilted vegetables, very wilted vegetables.
Sure,
Um, but there's some takeaway cartons. You don't think he cooks for himself very much based on looking at this. Um, but it's not rotted to the point of you think he hasn't been here in a while.
sure. It's
Maybe
just
he
gross
hasn't been here
bachelor.
yeah, maybe he's been gone for a couple days, you're not sure, but it's not one of the situations where he's been gone for a long time.
Okay.
Takahashi, you can make me a spot hidden roll as you are going through things on the desk.
That is a 32 under 66. That is a hard success.
Mhm. You find, as you're looking around, it takes you a little bit to realize what you're looking at.
Mhm.
You find a copy of The Tale of Pale Leaves. Not a
Oh,
photocopy like what Sam and
the
company
OG.
found earlier, but an original.
Mm.
But it took you a while to realize that's what you were looking at because it's been dismantled. The pages have been taken out of the binding, they've been cut up. Some of the illustrated panels are still intact, but the chapter title pages, some of the sections are missing. The backgrounds have been cut out. You do see a figure that looks like the prince that's in the sketchbook,
Mhm.
but because you have found this, you get the idea. This is not his work. He was copying it based on looking at his drawings, looking at the original panels. He's not the original author.
I will say out loud, what shame to copy another's work. Rather than take the time to develop your skills, you have decided to just steal from another.
Who are you talking to, Takahashi-san?
Myself. But this work, and I'll hold up the dismantled issue and explain, this is not his work. His
What
sketchbook does not match anything of this entire issue in front of me. It is cut up, it is replaced. He is not making artwork of his own. He is stealing from another, copying someone else's.
So, Mav, I have a quick question about legality in Japan, as I know that you are a foremost expert.
I'm gonna roll sand right now.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'm I
Yeah.
I actively want Trent to try to work towards doing something legally in this situation, despite the fact that
Mhm.
we have broken into the place.
Uh-huh.
You didn't
Fuck.
break in.
I didn't, but I'm a party to the break-in. I'm an accessory to the fact per American
Percy San did the
phrases.
breaking, you did the entering.
You know what? Takahashi-san, we need to wrap that up, and I think we should probably take that with us, and I think we should probably go.
I agree. And I will, if there's any like a loose folder, like one of those cheap
Yeah.
ones, just to put it all together. So I don't want to lose the pieces.
Yeah, there's a cheap folder. So you're taking the Tale of Pale Leaves fragments?
I am taking the Tale of Pale Leaves fragments. That is correct.
Okay. Are you taking the sketchbook as well?
I'm gonna roll an idea roll. If that's a good idea. That's a success. Would you say it's a good idea? Stealing a
Well, if you're
sketchbook from an apartment we just broke into.
if Landry is going to try to prove something like legally, having the proof
Having
of
evidence.
his moving
Yeah.
towards copying things from his own mediocre style is probably your best bet.
As I'm taking the sketchbook, I'm just gonna say, Landry-san, you're becoming a bad influence on me.
Uh, that is not true. You did that all on your own.
Oh no,
N-
in spending
nobody
time with you Americans,
nobody
I am
made you
committing crimes
nobody made
now.
you touch all the shit on the desk, my man. Nobody made you do that but yourself.
Takahashi-san, I'm so proud of you. Your first crime.
Perhaps in the wheel of reincarnation, I will come back as a slug after this.
Percy-san, I think it's time for us to maybe make a hasty exit. I want to do one more quick walkthrough of the place just to see if I notice anything before we
Mm-hmm.
get out. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't take you long to do a walkthrough. You've got the flyer, you've got the note about some meeting with somebody that he's going to be making later.
Mhm.
You've got the book, and you've seen that hideous mural, which just walking past it gives you the heebie-jeebies. Trent, you in particular.
Are there any pictures of him around?
Ooh,
Because I
give me a
don't think
luck roll.
we don't know what he looks like.
Yeah, give me a luck roll.
Of course, I ate through all my luck last time. Ooh, 33 under 37. Suck it.
Nice.
Suck it.
If you survive this scenario, I will give you guys a luck refresh. If.
Ooh.
Big if. All right. So you do find what looks like an expired government ID. So like a driver's license. It's expired, and you find it in one of the desk drawers, and you get a picture of him.
I take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that's what you find going through the apartment. It'll probably be a relief to get out of here. So, Jabari, you've been standing outside keeping an eye on things, and you don't really see anyone. You do hear, "You're doing good work, Jabari," in your head.
Looking around as before, it's like, where is not heard that voice? No one's standing nearby.
Nope. Hmm.
And I just want to pull like the mini little sketch pad I have and just sort of start drawing, not looking at it, just to try and calm my nerves.
We should talk about your comics sometime. You've got real promise.
Thank you.
And you catch a glimpse of something yellow moving around a corner, and then it's gone.
I'll take a few steps over in that direction, try and get a better look.
There's nothing there.
So when they come out, they'll see me looking down the street. trying to see what disappeared around a corner for me.
So you come out and you see Jabari peering around a corner, looking a little bit concerned.
What do you see, Jabari?
Thought I saw something. We're good. Did you guys finish in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Find anything interesting that we can use?
Oh yeah.
Just get out of this area would be good. As I
Yep.
tuck the notepad away.
Sorry, Mav. Was there
all the stuff I just stole?
Was there a time listed on the Iwo Jima Park note?
17:30 or 5:30 p.m.
Okay. And what time is it now?
See, based on how long it took you wandering around the manga market and then 30 minutes to get here. So I'd say it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, we got to book it then. Okay.
Well, you got a little bit of time. It's not going to take you 2.5 hours to get to the park.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like back in Tokyo or where.
It is in Tokyo, but you can get there. You can get there.
I guess within half an hour by the train.
Yeah, about 45 minutes or so,
Okay.
depending on where you leave from.
Okay.
So is this our guy or is it something else?
Yes and yes. It seems like he is our guy. There's certainly evidence that shows that he knows Saito-san. But it also seems like he hasn't been home in a while, and he's supposed to meet with somebody at the park today here in a couple hours, and then potentially get drinks with them later. So I don't know. I feel like we might need to do a bit of a stakeout at the park and see if we can't find him, and I'll show you his government ID. This is what he looks like.
I'll study it, and it's like, yeah, he's got eyes like Rodney's father. I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have a good time with him. He feels like he might have some anger issues.
Well, if he doesn't show up for a while for Saito, I think that'll probably be good for her.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Ikimasho.
Lead on.
Let's go.
All right, so you set off back towards the train line. And you get on the train. And Takahashi, you feel as you're about to get on the train like someone's watching you.
I will look
And
around.
you look around. And is that someone in a yellow robe? No, you blink and there's nobody there, but just for a moment, you could have sworn.
Must be those kids from before.
Probably just the cosplayers, yeah. There's more of them out here, probably. But it's a bit unsettling.
I'll just I'll kind of keep my head on a light swivel.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing super crazy, but just keeping an eye out in case those kids come around again, because I mean, you never know what those kids are up to.
Mm-hmm.
Kids these days.
Not that you'd know anything about that, Salaryman. So you get on the train, and the train sets off. You're headed in the direction of Hiwajima Park, which is in Oda. But about 15 minutes into the ride, there's an accident on the line.
What kind of accident? Is it just stopping us, or are we in it?
So
Swear to God, if it's another Baku.
Would I do that?
Yes, you would.
Yes.
The train suddenly comes to a complete stop. you sit there for about 20 minutes and you don't know what's going on until a train conductor comes moving through telling everyone in Japanese to just be patient, just to wait. There's been an accident on the line up ahead. Uh, no details as of yet, but that you're going to have to be patient and you're just going to have to wait. And you wait. And you wait. It takes an hour and a half for them to clear this line. Whatever the accident was must have been pretty bad. Do you do anything while you're waiting? Other than pace angrily up and down the train, Trent, based on your facial expression?
Are we somewhere where we can get off the train to find other means of transportation?
I
You're
bet we're
between
stuck in a
stops.
tunnel. There we go.
You're between stops.
Okay, but are we in like the countryside or are we like in a city?
So this is where I don't know the exact layout
Landscape.
of the trains.
You can do your best.
Yeah. So it's a suburb area, so you're not in the countryside necessarily. The problem is getting off the train when you're in between stops because it's a safety issue.
Okay. I think Trent might be making notes in like a small notebook he'd keep on himself, just writing all this stuff down. Yeah, I think I think we'd probably start looking at the pieces of the comic. I mean, it's important that we know what it entails and what it contains. So I think Trent would definitely want to take a look at it and see if he could piece it together or see how it's supposed to be stitched together. Yeah.
Yeah. So give me an int roll. Anyone who's working on this can give me an int roll.
I'll contribute because I have the pieces.
You do have the pieces.
Ooh.
Yes.
25 under 65, so that's an extreme success. Or a hard success, rather. Sorry.
I only got a hard success, yeah. 30, okay. I got a 30 under 65.
I was about to jump in, but you guys taken care of.
Yeah.
So
the two non-art guys like sliding pieces around as Jabari's like, oh.
Yeah, I'm lost. This one, I'm lost in my sketchbook.
So you're able to piece together a few panels here and there. You can't get a complete picture of the story. But you get some bits that line up with some things that you saw, Trent, in the photocopied version. So you find these panels on the prince coming to Earth to spread the wisdom of eternal heaven and to create paradise on Earth, essentially. And Takahashi, you find one where he's essentially in almost a superhero pose, wearing a mask and a yellow cloak, and saying that he will protect those he loves by hiding his identity, and that he will protect the earth from those who wish to do it harm, from those who wish to destroy it, to tamper with its beauty. Very much in contrast to the gory, apocalyptic things you found in the sketchbook. It's almost like the antithesis of this.
Strange that he would capitalize on such things with hiding an identity and protecting the earth. That this is a comic book. This is a manga of hope, of happiness. But the rest of his sketch work is, for lack of a better word, it is like lying to the boss. It is horrifying.
But I mean, the story is of one of happiness, but like every time we come into contact with it, there's some tragedy attached to it.
You know what they say, you catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. You give them the story of hope, and then once you have them, you can do whatever you want to them.
You think it's like a honeypot, like a literary honeypot?
Well, that's what happened to Rodney.
Huh.
would be
What
the intent for
when
this?
yeah, what the guy dangled in front of him was that the comic that he was going to buy would resell for a much higher rate, which he thought would help his family.
But
Interesting.
if this is a bad idea with this of providing people hope. I do not understand how. I mean, I can see your honeypot idea,
I,
but this is inspiring to protect people.
I
I,
see, please.
I,
Um,
I hate to say it with how much peace the mantra's given me, but look what it did to Taniguchi-san and the rest of the town. I can't help but feel that these are connected.
So,
I cannot believe that something that brings such hope to people could be evil.
so can I get a chance to look at some of the manga
Hey,
and
I'll
artwork?
slide the panels. Clue you in.
I actually want to make a psychology roll based off of what I'm seeing here with this material.
Psychology
That's
roll
interesting.
on Coda.
No, yeah, on the material that's in the
So
that's
are
in
you
front
trying
of
to
us.
make a psychology roll on the person who made the artwork? Is that what you're trying to do, or because you can't really make a psychology roll on a piece of art?
Right.
You can
Well,
make it on the person who created the
yeah,
art.
I'll do it on the person who did try to make the art.
Okay. You're looking at the original artwork or the
The
Coda's
sketchbook versus
sketchbook.
what we're
Okay.
seeing. Probably more of the sketchbook, and then I'll look at the original we've got. So that's a 33, and my psychology is a 50.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you get the idea that he read the original manga very closely, maybe with the idea of copying it, making himself better. But he got the wrong idea from it somehow. And it created this sort of twisted version, maybe because of who he is as a person. He's already not a great person, and so when he read this manga, he took all the worst things from it and put them in here. That's what you're seeing, because you don't see those images in the original bits that you're looking at. You don't see that kind of corruption, that kind of apocalyptic despair
What
in
am I
the
seeing?
original panels.
What am I seeing as and evoking for myself as I look at these original panels?
The original panels fill you with interest. The art style's gorgeous, absolutely stunning. Just the line work, you can't find any faults in it. This is a master creator. So it inspires you. You're thinking about what you can do with your own work, just looking at their line work. Not to copy it, of course, but new techniques you can try just based on their shading and the dot work and just the expression on the face of the prince as he dons the mask. It's invigorating.
It's always a question of what lens someone's looking at the world with. Just like one might say that I looked at Sato with a certain amount of anger that she was like the guy who cheated Rodney. Until I calmed down and realized she's just another victim as well. Can't help if someone's already looking at the world with a dirty lens.
So the accident is finally cleared. The train moves on. You have to switch lines at some point. You do. It's dark at this point because it is December. And you make it to the park just a little bit after 5:30. It's a small island of green, this little park. There's a commercial industrial zone off to one side. There's residential areas all around it. There's a baseball diamond. There's a swimming pool, a camping area. It's a bit dreary out here. The trees have lost their leaves. It's cold. It's a bit damp. The temperature's dropping. There's a few families with small children running around, looking like maybe they're packing up, ready to go home for the evening meal, but still some noise. And you can make your way into the park. As you do so, you hear a scream coming from a small building that looks like it's probably the public toilets. Loud, terrified scream.
My instinct is to move and run.
Okay? You run in that direction.
Follow him.
All right?
Unfortunately, we can't all go there. Well, I mean, we can, but I'm going to start checking out the park because we have someone that we're specifically looking for.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So,
I'll stay with
Jabari,
Sam.
you're staying with Sam. Probably a good idea. Don't split up too much. So Takahashi and Trent, you run in that direction.
Yeah.
You see a young boy running away at full sprint from the bathroom.
Takahashi-san,
And
get the boy.
mhm.
Chase after the kid.
And the kid notices that you're running after him, and he just yells, there's a dead body in the bathroom. There's a dead body. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. And he jumps on a bicycle and he yells, "Body, body, call the police, body." And he rides away.
I'm gonna go into the bathroom.
Okay? So you go into the bathroom and it smells horrific in here. Not just the normal smells of a public bathroom, which I do not
Sure.
need to describe here,
No.
but the blood that is pooling from this dead man slumped on the ground. His eyes and his mouth are wide open in the most terrified expression you have ever seen on anyone's face, Trent. You've seen dead bodies before. You have never seen one that looked this terrified.
Does it seem like it's an egregious amount of blood that's on the floor?
No, it looks like maybe he hit his head. There's blood pooling under his head, but you can't see any stab wounds or gunshot wounds.
So how is he? Is he like leaned, like propped up against the wall? Uh,
He
how is
he's
he?
he's laying back on the ground, his head towards the wall.
Okay. Um, and when I walk in, what do I see structurally? Like, is it 3 bathroom stalls? Is it what's it look like in here?
Mm-hmm. So there's one cubicle, and his head is back towards that cubicle,
Okay.
and then the sink essentially.
Okay. I guess if I can't see into the cubicle, I kind of want to maneuver myself to see it, but I've got
Mm-hmm.
my gun out just in case.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you take a look in. You don't see anything in here. You see the body. He's wearing a dark suit with an overcoat over it. You have to go past his head. You don't see any other wounds,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely that blood from the back of his head. You can't get past that terror on his face. You feel like his dead eyes are following you, pleading with you.
Oh, does it look like a normal amount of decay has occurred?
It looks fresh.
Okay, I'm going to check for a pulse.
Okay? You check for a pulse. There's no pulse.
As
Okay.
he's doing that, I'd make my after the kid has run off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go and assist Landry-san in the bathroom.
Okay. So you go into the bathroom, and you, Takahashi, are not used to dead bodies, so you are going to make me a sanity roll.
Oh, I have regrets of choices made.
I could make an argument that I am also not used to dead bodies because I typically just deal with art, but
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah,
a 28 under 47.
Okay, so you don't lose anything, but it freaks you out.
Yeah, Landry-san, what is this?
uh, so this could be a crime scene. Takahashi-san, we need to call the authorities.
Is there
There's
a public phone nearby? Any way to
Yeah,
reach the authorities?
there's an administrative building for the park. They'd have a phone. Are you checking his pockets or anything before you call the cops?
I would
I'm
check.
not doing that. I'm gonna let
You're not doing
Landry-san
that.
do that.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
would. Takahashi-san, hold. Wait by the doorway until I check his body real quick. I want to see who he is. So I will
Mhm.
check for identification, but then after
Mhm.
that, send Takahashi off to go make the phone call while I block the bathroom from anybody else coming in.
Okay. So you find a wallet in his pocket. There's a business card. His name was Kanisaka, which is the name that you saw
That's who we were
on.
supposed to. Yep.
That's who he was supposedly meeting with. He appears to be a middle-level manager for an investment firm, according to his business card. As you put the business card and the wallet back in his pocket, you see in his coat pocket there's a small spiral-bound notepad poking
Okay.
out.
I give it a look.
Okay. You see a list of what looks like abbreviated names and contact information. You see Coda's name and phone number on this list. And then the next page is an inventory list of what looks like manga and videos. Some of them are very pornographic in title. And you see that some have been crossed off and marked sold. Others are marked as in storage or in van.
I take
And
this list.
the
Yeah.
two most recent titles on this list are The Tale of Pale Leaves and The Alabaster Archfiend, both of which have van listed next to them. And as you take do you take the page out of the notebook or do you take the whole notebook?
Um, does it look like the notebook's got more notes in it?
Another piece of paper is folded in, sandwiched between the pages.
I will take the notebook and just pocket it
Okay.
for now.
Mm-hmm. So he doesn't. The only other thing he has on him that you can tell from looking at his pockets is he has car keys, which is not surprising. He's got a van listed on his notebook.
Yeah.
That's it.
Um, can I look at the list of names that I got from Coda's apartment
Mhm.
and look at that and see if any of those are the same that were in Kanisaka's notebook?
None of the names are the same. With it, I'm not even going to make a roll for this. The names on the flyer look like women he was trying to pick up.
Mhm.
These names here, based on how Kanisaka has written out the lists, are clients
That's kind of what I
for
figured.
this illicit media. Yeah,
Yeah, I kind of figured. I just wanted to make sure that was not a connection. So,
yeah.
okay. Okay. Um, yeah. So, I mean, I guess at that point, I'm going to go stand outside at the door and just wait
Hmm.
for the authorities to show up. Make sure nobody else comes in.
Okay. So Takahashi, you go to the admin building
Yep.
to use their phone.
Yep.
You pass Sam and Jabari as you're going. Sam and Jabari, you haven't seen anyone matching the description, the photo that you saw on the government ID. You've gotten a couple looks from some of the families, because you clearly do not fit in here, and so they've kind of looked at you curiously, not hostile or anything, just curious, like, oh, this is interesting. But they move on and go about their evening. They've got children to feed and evening routines to go about. But you do see in the parking area at the back, there is a Mitsubishi van. You notice it just sitting there. And then you see Takahashi coming out of the bathroom and heading for the admin building.
Looking pale as shit.
He looks like he's seen a ghost or a Baku.
Seeing as you mentioned the van outright, was there anything about it that makes it stand out, or is it just a vehicle in the parking lot?
You don't see a whole lot of vans in this
Okay.
part of Tokyo. Most people drive smaller cars because there's not a whole lot of space. So it stands out that way. But also, Sam, it looks kind of like the kind of vehicle you're familiar with in your line of
Ah,
work.
it looks like a
That's
crime
why
van.
that's
Great.
why I pointed it out specifically to Sam.
Let's go and investigate the crime van for crimes.
I bet that bitch
Okay.
has got free candy on the side of it too.
So are
Oh,
you going to look at the crime van or are you going to follow Takahashi?
Yes, I'm going to investigate the crime van.
I'm staying with my partner.
Okay. So Takahashi, you go to the admin building, you explain that there's been an accident or something's happened. You use their phone to call the police. Uh, it's going to take them a few minutes to get here, which is probably a good thing considering what Sam and Jabari are about to do, their second illegal event of the day. So you get over to the van. So it's an unmarked white van, which is what pinged your little criminal subconscious there, Sam. Uh, there's no window access into the rear of the vehicle, just windows up front. Another ping on your little subconscious
Sure,
conscience.
sure.
Mm-hmm. But you don't have keys, but you can
Hmm.
try and break into the back of the van if you would like to.
There's an off chance here. Are the locks power locks?
Power locks? Doesn't specifically say, so I'm going to put it down to a luck roll.
With this being
Okay.
1980, probably not, and power locks would have been more likely on luxury vehicles. This is
I will
still
say I rolled a 36 under 59. So,
Yeah, I'd say it would have to be a hard success given the time
sure.
period. So,
I was just
uh,
trying to roll it over into a skill I had. Cool. I guess
yep,
I'm breaking a
absolutely.
window.
Spend that
Okay,
luck.
I
you can't spend
mean,
luck on luck rolls.
that's
Oh,
not what
right.
Bridget
That's right.
says.
Yes, that's the rule.
hmm You can't spend your luck on
Uh,
luck because then you spend it and you don't have it. It doesn't make any sense. All right. So do you have locksmith or anything like
I
that?
I I do not. I have an elbow.
Okay.
I,
Um,
You
I
can
have
also,
mechanical. I
if
have
you have
mechanical
mechanical
pair at.
repair.
I have that at
oh,
10.
Okay.
mechanical repair. Yeah, I got mechanical repair. Let's do mechanical repair. I've got a
Okay.
35 in that. I was trying to make an electronics check to bust in, but yeah. That is a 44. I have a 35. I will burn the 9 luck.
Okay. You spend the luck. You're able to uh get the front door open so you can unlock the back
Sure.
without attracting attention to yourself, which is
Yes.
important.
As soon as I hear
So,
Absolutely.
mhm.
the back unlock, I will open the van.
All right. So inside you find boxes of illicit, uncensored comics and VCR tapes arranged by category. Sam, you are very familiar with some of these. Although some of them are even more licentious than you deal with
I'll
even.
take that
hmm
and one of those.
hmm So you start looking through the back of the van, and you find a large manila envelope that's been torn open at one end. It's got a
Hmm.
typed letter on wrinkled paper, as if it's
Okay.
been read and shoved back inside. And you also find the manuscript for the Alabaster Archfiend.
I'll
So
be
Uh,
I
looking
will
through that.
put I will put in the chat the document that you find.
Jabari, we shouldn't investigate while we're at the crime scene. I put it in my bag and say you could look at this here later.
Okay.
No argument. Graham would be happy.
All right. So you take that and you take that.
And
So what
the
you
the torn open envelope.
you take the envelope. You do notice before you stuff the envelope into your bag, it's got a return address for a
Mhm.
Matsushima Nobuo. You can make a no roll for me.
Sure, sure. That is education, which I
Education.
rolled a 14, so that's a hard.
All right. So you recognize the name because you keep up with the arts, uh, partially for your Japanese studies, but also so you know the best tapes to get for your clients.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that Matsushima is a prominent author, literary critic, and political essayist, as well as a patron of the arts. He is extremely well known. What a letter from him is doing in this van is a little unknowable at the moment, but it's surprising.
I mean, not to me. I sell to politicians all over the world. Sometimes people buy weird things.
But his name is on it, is the thing. His name
That
and
is weird.
address. His name and address.
He's not
Hmm.
using yeah, something else,
Not
an
using a
alias.
pseudonym. Hmm.
Fair enough.
So that's the surprising bit. And as you're flipping through, you can or looking through the van, before you go, make me a hard spot hidden roll, both of you.
I
Nope.
failed.
Nope. Okay. Would anyone like to push the roll?
You know what? I'll push the roll. I will fumble in my bag and pull out my lighter and start
I'm
looking
st-
around.
I'm staying on Overwatch.
Okay, push the roll, Sam.
That is an 18. I need a 17 for a hard.
No. So you pull out your lighter and you're
Mhm.
waving it around just to make sure you haven't missed anything.
Mhm.
And a spider scuttles across your hand and startles you, and you drop your lighter into one of the boxes of illicit manga,
Ah,
and it goes up in flames.
that was my favorite lighter.
And things are now on fire. This is turning into a proper Call of Cthulhu investigation. Trent, you have stepped out of the bathroom. You don't see your comrades. You see Takahashi coming out of the admin building. There's a smell of smoke.
I'm grabbing Sam and we're going the other way.
Oh,
Come on, come on, come on,
I
come
was
on.
gone before you grabbed me. We are leaving.
I am right behind them.
Oh my God.
I hop out of the car, slam the doors behind me, and run away.
All right, so what do you Chucklefucks do?
Do I see the van on fire?
If you hear a door slam, you naturally turn to look in that direction. You see Sam and Jabari running away from the van. You don't know it's on fire yet, but you do smell smoke.
Dear God. Okay. And where's Takahashi-san right now? Is he on his way back, or is he
He's on
still
his way
at
back to you. Yeah, he's just
Okay.
made the phone call to the police.
I'm gonna wait for him to come back to the bathroom.
I'm not gonna pay it. I don't. Maybe I see the van, but
And I'll have him stand sentry at the entrance while I go back in and just make sure that I'm not missing something in this room. Like check the cubicles, check like every nook and cranny just to see if there's literally anything that I've just missed.
No, you don't really see much else in here. You now that you've looked around, you get the impression that someone else was in here. This was not an accident. You can make me a first aid or a medicine roll if you'd like to just pick up a little bit more about maybe what happened to this man before you leave.
Yeah, let's do that. This will be a first aid. 29 under 30, so hell yeah.
Nice. Remember to check your boxes, y'all, for improvements.
Trust me, I am.
Okay. So you look at him, you tilt his head slightly, look at the wound, you look at the cubicle. This man was thrown back into it with exceeding force, you guess, based on how small this place is, because he
Mhm.
fell and hit his head. And that's what killed him.
Interesting. Okay.
And that's what you pick up from it here.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. gonna leave it alone then, and I'm gonna stand outside with Takahashi-san and wait for the authorities. So, um, yeah.
Okay.
What did you find, Landry-san?
A scene not fit for most people. He was clearly violently murdered by someone with unusual strength.
Point of cultural clarity there, Keeper Mav. Just gonna ask, the Yakuza, are they known in these parts? This a thing at this time of the world? Time of the world. That's great words. I use
Time of the
words
world,
good.
yeah.
He words good.
I'm pretty sure the Yakuza were around in the 80s.
Yes, the Yakuza were around in the 80s. But in this little residential and commerce area, you wouldn't think there'd be much of a presence here. And this is also not quite the way they do business.
Again, I'm just.
Yeah,
That's why I put it to the
it's a
keeper
valid
instead of saying it in character.
it's a valid question. So the two of you wait for the cops to arrive while Sam and Jabari go scampering off somewhere for plausible deniability.
Yep.
There's a lot of
like,
smoke now because there's a van on fire, a contained fire, but it's going to burst at some point. But the cops show up in about 10-15 minutes. They ask you what happened. They're very polite. They look in, say that it looks like it was probably some drug-related incident. Maybe he was getting cocaine or something. Why else would this man be in a public bathroom like this?
Sure.
So that's what their idea is. So after asking you a couple questions about how you found the body and so on, they tell you you're free to go.
That's fine, but I was hoping that you could forward this case on to Mitsutani-san. God, what's the name of the organization? He is a friend of mine who would be interested in this particular case. I think if you could send that information to him.
Why would national security be interested in a regular drug bust?
Oh, he's writing a book.
Give me a persuade roll or charm, either one.
They
nod
both
sagely. A book.
Oh, that's a 335.
Oh yeah.
So they take the information and they say, well, we will keep you appraised of whatever we find, but I assure you it is likely just some cocaine dealer. Maybe he showed up without enough money and the cocaine dealer was angry, but we will keep you appraised. Thank you for doing the right thing and calling us.
Okay. Well. Okay.
All right.
I guess we'll leave.
So how are the four of you meeting up after this? That's what I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
I think I would just follow, like I would walk where I saw them running towards and see where that gets us.
I mean, if there was like a coffee shop or a cafe or a disco, we might have ducked in somewhere like that.
There's a cafe, we'll say. It's
And
reasonable in this area.
I will keep an eye out for Laundry Son or the police or anyone else that I either want to see or don't want to see right now.
All right, you keep an eye out. People are not coming in and out so much because it's around dinner time by the time all of this goes down. But you do see Landry and Takahashi walking past at some point.
Okay. We will gingerly walk out of the cafe and just kind of join them. While we've been waiting, I would have been fine having Jabari look over the alabaster archfiend.
So Jabari, do you have a look at that?
Most definitely.
Okay. So you start looking through this this comic, this manga, and while it was marketed in the manga market as a sequel to The Tale of Pale Leaves, it's at best a twisted reimagining. There's 3 chapters. A misunderstood young man who discovers an ancient document that reveals he's conveniently descended from a powerful and mysterious god king and will one day rule the world. But to claim his birthright, he has to purge himself of all human weaknesses and limitations. Are you reading through the whole thing?
We've got time while we're waiting, so
Okay. All right. So as you read the first chapter, give me a sand roll.
that's a 63, which is over my sand, so I failed.
Lose 1 sanity,
All right.
so 1 point. So then you read the last 2 chapters. It is horrifying, Jabari. Absolutely horrifying. It is an unending orgy of gratuitous violence, torture, body horror, gore. It's horrific and it makes your stomach churn. The king makes the world in his own image and makes it twisted and rips people and things apart and remakes them in more horrifying images.
Yeah.
Just when you think it can't get any worse, it gets worse every time. You start to hear in the back of your mind the screams of the victims, and you smell blood and rotting flesh as you keep reading, and you make me a second sanity
That is
roll.
a 08.
Okay. So you lose 1.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're reading this, you can make me an int roll. He disappears into the art.
That's a 43, and my int is a 60.
Okay. So you pick up a couple things while you're reading this, despite your stomach churning and the horrible smell that you can't seem to get out of your nostrils that's overcoming the smell of coffee and baked goods in this place. So the entity appears to be repelled by beautiful things. It hates beauty, this alabaster archfiend. Whereas the Prince of Pale Leaves is all about creating beauty, the Archfiend is all about destroying it and perverting it. It goes out of its way to destroy or corrupt natural sources of beauty, music, art, all of those things. But you also pick up it doesn't seem to like fire. Maybe because it's cleansing, maybe because it's a beautiful, powerful thing. But it doesn't seem to like natural things, but fire in particular it avoids as it goes about its terror. It never sets buildings on fire or people on fire. It never burns the earth. None of those things. You're with your keen eye, you pick up on that lack of recurring motif in this manga as you read through. So while Jabari's reading this horrific thing, Sam, are you looking at the other piece of paper that was in the envelope?
I might as well.
Okay. So inside you find a letter, and I'm going to put that letter into the chat, and I would like you to read it
Sure.
if the text is large enough. So if you want to read that out loud.
Yep. Getting it pulled up now.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Kana Kanesaki Saka, I have reviewed the manuscript you sent, and I regret to inform you that I must reject your offer and refuse to provide any advance funding for your client, Yamabuki Iroha. To be blunt, this graphic novel should not see print at all, Alabaster Archfiend lacks any artistic or literary merit. The artwork, while dynamic and detailed, feels needlessly gory and horrific. Moreover, the characters seem bland and one-dimensional, serving only as victims for the monstrous protagonists, and it barely amounts to a story. Frankly, I rather doubt this work was made by the same Yamabuki Iroha that authored the masterpiece Tale of Pale Leaves, and if it was, I am concerned for your client's mental health. I am returning the manuscript to you along with this letter. Let this be the last communication between us on the matter. Matsushima.
So that's what the two of you have discovered as you're waiting for Trent and Takahashi. So we can say that you regroup at this point. Trent, you have your notebook and the other things you picked up. Jabari is looking absolutely ashen as you walk in. He's poring over this manuscript, and he looks pale. And he's wincing.
That's appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Jabari, what's going on, buddy?
I think you need to find out where Sato is and get her to safety and get a manhunt going for this guy. And I will close the book and just pass it over.
What's got you? Why? What's the deal?
Remember what I said about dirty lenses?
Yeah.
I'm willing, whatever you found in that bathroom, I don't think this is the first time.
Interesting. I want you. There was something else in his notepad that I did not read yet. I want to check that out while I'm thinking about it.
Yep, absolutely. So you pull out that other piece of paper.
And I want to share the
And-
rest of the notebook with everybody else so that they know what we found.
Yeah. So inside that other piece of paper, you see his itinerary for today, just normal things like work and so on, a meeting with his boss. But the last two entries are 1730, Coda at Hiwajima. And the last entry is 1800 or 6 p.m., drinks at Panic.
Panic, the disco.
Mm-hmm. And it's the same notes that he'd made on his own notes that Coda had made. 1800 drinks at Panic.
Okay. So I'm going to show everybody this note about the itinerary. I'm going to show the card from the flyer from the discotheque. I'm just like, I think
We need to get there now.
Yeah.
This guy
Yeah.
can't be walking around any further.
That's where we got to go.
How
so
far
if
is
you guys,
Panic from here?
I have no idea.
I am very close to it.
Mhm. This is not Alien.
So stupid.
Okay. So Panic is in Ikebukuro, which is not too terribly far away, but it will take you a little bit to get there, unless you get moving.
Well,
I'd
let's
say
get
we-
moving.
Yeah, I'd say we get moving.
I will swing on a route if we do see a one of these convenience beanies. I will stop
Conbeanies.
conbeanies. I will stop briefly to buy a lighter.
Okay. You buy a lighter. That's allowed. That's totally fine.
I pull another one out of my pocket. You could have just asked.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case you're not reachable.
Mm-hmm.
Smokers always have a second lighter.
All
I
right.
have at least two, I'm sure.
Yeah. So you get on the train, and it's in the opposite direction from where you were going earlier. It's in a large entertainment district, and it's for the last few years it's been fairly famous as a center for geek culture.
Okay.
So it's not too difficult to get to, but it is going to take you about half an hour to get there.
Okay.
So you head there as quickly as possible, stopping only to get a lighter. Unless you wanted to pick up anything else at the Konbini while you're on your way. No? Okay. So you see, you get off the train, you make your way following directions. You get directions to the address, and it's pretty easy to find because it's got a distinctive animated neon sign of a dancing alligator next to the name. Panic. So when you arrive, it's deserted at first. You don't see people moving around. No loud noise coming from the disco. But you see people in a moment running out of the exit, stumbling out. And then they start screaming.
Well, I think we found our guy. Yeah, I'm gonna
Let's rush in.
fucking run in with my
Right.
gun out. Yeah.
Go in the main entrance.
I think I would go into. I think I would go through the largest entrance. Yeah, I would
Okay.
try to find or the nearest one,
So
whatever.
you go to the main entrance, and as you run up there, you see someone's legs sticking out of the front door, keeping it halfway open. And from the uniform and the shoes, it's clearly a cop. There's blood pooling around his legs. He has multiple stab wounds and is very, very dead. And I'm going to require a sanity roll from everyone, including Trent, because this is a very bloody murder.
Okay.
Fail.
Success.
Okay.
What's my Sam? It is not a fumble.
That's good.
Okay. Sam, you're going to lose 2 points to sanity. Anyone else fail?
I
I
did.
also failed.
Okay. Both of you lose 1.
Ha ha, Sam, you lost more.
I will
right.
scream out in Japanese. Officer, are you okay? I am Agent Trent Landry-san.
Mhm. I am now meditating on Smooth Criminal. Annie, are you okay? So you scream at you scream at this cop. Does not answer. He's very clearly dead.
Okay.
As you approach, you can see that his radio was smashed. You don't know if he was able to call for help or not. He is still wearing his sidearm.
I'll take it.
All
I'll
right.
grab Sam by the arm for a
Mhm.
second. Sam, whatever we do, make sure fire's involved.
I can make sure that happens.
Okay.
I mean, clearly this author writes sins, not tragedies.
All right. Do you all go in?
Yes.
Okay. You all go in. The lights and the music are off, but there's emergency lights on, so there's some degree of illumination. It feels wrong in here. Even before you get to the main part of the club, just this heavy sense of wrongness pervades you through the air in here. As you make your way into the main part of the club, you see nearly a dozen people lying dead around the dance floor. Many of them have deep stab wounds. Some of them look like they've been smashed face first into the bar or the floor. Sanity roll. Scene of carnage.
No.
That is a hard.
Okay.
2.
Okay. Takahashi. All right. So Trent, you're the only one who fails this.
Shocking.
You're gonna lose 2 points of sand.
Mm-hmm.
And as you look around in horror at all of the dead bodies and you smell the blood that's thick in the air and you hear the receding screams of the people who made it out the door, you see there's the bar on one side, there's the dance floor, there's the DJ booth on a raised platform, and you see something emerging from the shadows. They're wearing a yellow robe with a hood and a mask. Looks exactly like the one that Saito was wearing back at the manga market. but these are tattered and they're stained with blood. The figure raises a bloody butcher's knife in one hand. And as they move forward, you can see Saito behind them, gagged and tied to a chair, looking absolutely terrified. She sees you and starts screaming behind the gag.
I shoot for the face.
Okay.
Not Saito, but the mask.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Saito on for damn misery first, real quick. Just boom. Now on to you guys.
I know how this could potentially go, but I'm not
Mhm.
aiming for her. Yeah.
Okay. So you raise your gun as he starts to say, "We live in a society." And the gun goes off.
Yep.
So give me a firearms roll.
Lord Cthulhu bless this roll. 32 under 60, so yeah, that's just a regular success.
Regular success. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So give me your damage.
D8. Where are you, D8? That is a 6.
6. Okay. Fantastic. Let me make a note of that here. Sorry.
Legitimate panic at the disco.
Yes, panic at the disco, literally. Okay. So you shoot him, and it goes through his shoulder, leaving a bloody patch, where he turns and he looks at you, and he's got this wild gesticulation. You can't see his face because he's wearing this mask,
Mm-hmm.
but he starts gesticulating, and he looks over at you. You see the mask turning to look at you, and he brandishes his knife. You can all make me a spot hidden roll.
Yes.
Yes?
Success.
Okay. No?
Success.
Success for Jabari. Sam? No? Okay. So Trent and Jabari, you see this reflection on the shiny tile wall behind him. You see, and you recognize this immediately, Trent, the Alabaster Archfiend. The wraith-like being covered in tattered robes that twitch and move. You see these innumerable tentacles snaking out and unnaturally long arms ending in bony clawed fingers. And you can smell, Jabari, the scent of decay and rot that you smelled when you were reading that manga. And you're both going to make me sanity rolls.
Sorry, is this coming out of the wall? How is this portrayed?
It's his reflection. It's his
Okay.
reflection. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fail.
Fail?
Sanity?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so Jabari, you're going to lose 2. Trent, you lose 1.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
Do something. Can I throw something at this guy?
So I have just lost. That was brings me down to 5 total. When this
You have to lose 5. You have to lose
5
5 in
and
one go.
go.
Okay.
5 in one go, or 1/5 of your sanity.
Yeah.
For the
For an
the
arc.
day.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going into combat essentially.
Mhm.
So I'm going to need everybody's dex.
65.
65.
80.
Okay.
I'm 100 because I've got my gun pulled.
Yeah, you've got your gun out. Okay, so Trent is at the top. Jabari?
80.
80, so you are there. Okay. So Coda is looking at you through the mask, waving the knife. You got a surprise round on him, essentially, Trent, with your with shooting at him. So you actually get to act again because you're next in line.
Okay. I'm gonna do 3 shots. I'm gonna try to get him in the head again. I'm gonna try to get the mirror.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you aiming? Because you can get a bonus die for aiming if you wait till the next round, if you take this whole round to aim. Otherwise, you can't do a cold shot.
How far away am I from him?
So if you move closer, you can get into point blank.
Okay. That's problematic.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Don't
Here's
run
what-
into point blank with a guy with a knife.
Is it doable for me to focus my shot while also like trying to circumnavigate around him to like try to get him away from Saito-san?
You can move to draw his attention and then aim.
Okay, let's do that.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're gonna hold to essentially aim at his head and try and take him out.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the plan. Jabari, what are you planning to do?
I turn to Sam and Takahashi-san. I know you don't have any normal reason to listen to me, but trust me, go to the bar, get those bottles, Molotov cocktails
Here
on
we
him.
go.
Trust me, I will buy you time and I know exactly how to get his attention. Do that. We need to get this done fast.
Okay.
And then I will turn and try to move over near where Trent is.
All right. So you move over towards Trent. So it's going to be his turn next. And what he does is he starts ranting. And he's waving this bloody knife about, and he's looking back and forth between all of you, and he says, humans are so desperate to convince themselves that they're more than just primitive beasts acting on instinct. All life feeds on other life. You aren't valuable. You're just meat that's woken up. A self-indulgent brain trying to justify its instincts. Nearly every living thing in the universe meets its end in the jaws of some other living thing, and you deserve no better. And he raises the knife. That's what he does. Takahashi?
If you recall at the top of the scenario, Takahashi explicitly mentioned having something on his person. With a throw of 75, I want to throw a calculator at his knife hand.
Okay.
You can't tell me it's a bad idea.
I
Killed
love
by
this.
an abacus would be the most embarrassing thing ever.
I love this. Make me a throw roll.
This is in the same vein as my erasure in the dream sequence.
This is true.
Except he's not even
That
in
is a
bout of
hard
madness.
success.
Okay. You throw the calculator at his knife hand and you knock the knife out of his hand. Because he was not expecting it.
Wait, you said he raised it, so I'm like, oh, he's giving me a target.
And he looks, as far as you can tell from his body language, bemused. Just for a split second. Sam?
I was like, can I also like start running toward the bar after throwing that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start making a run for the bar.
Seeing as we're planning on setting this man on fire, I'm actually going to make a run for Sato so that I can untie her so that she doesn't just burn alive.
Okay, so you make a run for Saito. All right, so back to the top of the order, which is going to be Trent with his gun out. Take your shots, my man.
Okay, so there's going to be 3 shots. I do want to just unload. So do those also come with disadvantage? Like how is this going to work?
So normally they would be disadvantaged because you're doing multiple shots.
Right.
But because you're point blank, they cancel out.
Okay. So it's just straight shots.
Yeah, straight shots.
Okay. First shot is an 88, so that's a no. Second shot is gonna be an 8 under 60.
That's an impale.
Nice.
That's an
so
impale.
That's okay, and then an 87. Good lord. Okay, so 8 plus 7, so that's 15 points of damage.
Okay, so you shoot, and as you shoot towards him, he laughs. It's almost like just for a split second time slows, and he says, This isn't even my final form. And your bullets go straight into his brain. His head explodes. And then something horrible happens.
Of course.
Surprise. Rising out of his body, you see the alabaster archfiend.
Oh, shit.
Writhing masses of tentacles slithering out of his body. These long skeletal arms with clawed fingers on the ends extending out of the tattered yellow robes. The face inhuman behind its mask. The horrible, horrible feeling of being looked at by something you don't understand. As it turns towards you, Trent.
Uh-huh.
The tentacles writhing and wriggling along the floor. And it laughs. Shall we take our break there?
Should I roll for sanity before we do?
We'll do that when we come back, Trent.
Okay.
It's always good to come back to a sand roll because
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. Hearing that, I just wrote in the shared group document, a new health bar appears and the boss music turns choral.
This is
All right.
this is the second of 3 body changes that we're going to have to deal with. Because that's
all
how
right.
Final Fantasy
I only
games
had
go.
one calculator, Landry-san.
So we'll be back shortly. Stick around and see what happens. I'm sure nothing will go horribly wrong with these upcoming sanity rolls.
It'll go great. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. All right, welcome back, everyone. And let's get into some sanity rolls, shall we, for the 3 of you who are actively looking at this thing. So that's going to be Trent, Takahashi, and Jabari. Sam mercifully has her back turned for the moment.
That's an 86 over 46.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's
I
a
got
No.
that's a 20 over 44.
I also want
Okay.
to point to the viewers, I did mention during the break, wow, these dice haven't screwed me over yet.
How'd you do, Trent?
I got a 46 over what's 39 now. So I'm going to spend
You can't spend luck
Oh,
on
you can't.
sanity rolls. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I guess I'm a failure then. I'm a failure.
We'll see
All
God
right.
together.
Jabari, you lose 3 sanity.
On a pass?
On a pass. Mm-hmm.
This is why I wanted to spend fucking luck.
I'm looking at an Eldritch Beam.
If only you could spend luck on sanity rolls.
I know.
Then again, I've been looking at his comic for an hour or so, so I'm already steeped in this.
Trent,
Yes.
lose 7 points of sanity for me.
That's going to be it for me for the day as well.
So are you at your threshold?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me make a note for reasons. Takahashi? My dear sweet Takahashi. You and your calculator are going to lose 9 points of sanity.
Ooh.
And as they say, that's the ball game for the day.
Ooh.
All right. So you're both going to go into bouts
Uh-huh.
automatically.
Yeah.
This is going to be great.
Yeah.
Because
Nothing bad could ever happen.
Because y'all are such talented role players, I'm going to let you shape your own bouts of madness on your turns because we are still in combat. So, Landry, we've started a new round essentially with the transformation, so we're going to come back to you.
Okay.
What does your bout look like, Landry-san?
I think. Oh my God. I'm seeing this tentacled creature, or at least tentacles for legs, or all over the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is a really good question.
I know. That's why I'm asking.
I feel like in this moment, I think he would just continue. No. I'm really coming up blank on this one.
Okay. So, you want me to come up with something for you?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, I've got a little chart of my own.
Okay.
Not specific to this scenario because I didn't write this scenario, but one that I use when I'm running other things.
Sure.
Okay. So, let me roll on that. Oh boy.
That's
Oh
what we like
boy.
to hear.
Trent, this is your moment. You are the hero of this story. You are the hero of this manga. You are going to save everybody, Trent Landry. This is what you were born to do. You're the hero.
I was about to do this again, and I thought, no, that would be less interesting, but I like that you picked this one. So yes, this is good with me. Yeah, I'm gonna unload the clip.
Okay.
3 shots.
All right. Make your rolls.
Are these flat because of the distance,
Yeah,
or are they going to be
they're-
at disadvantage?
They're going to be flat because
Okay.
it's close to you.
Okay. First one, that is going to be a 78. That's no good. Second one, that's going to be a 26. That is a hard success. And then a 52, which is going to be a regular success. So,
Okay. So roll your damage.
yep, so we got 6, 10 points of damage.
Okay. You shoot the thing and the writhing mass of tentacles, and there's this oozing ichor that explodes out of it. It smells horrible. Absolutely horrible. Like rot. Something rotting. Like meat that's been rotting for weeks in a damp, dank basement. It's horrible. But what heroic line do you say, Trent, as you fire off these shots?
Suck on my Maki roll.
Fantastic. All right. So Trent starts laughing maniacally and shooting at this thing, which is very fun. I love that for him. Jabari, it's your turn.
I look at this thing going, making its next transformation change, and his phrase of that, and it's like, oh, fuck. And then I just turn and run straight for the bar, vault it, and once I land, start grabbing bottles, and I'm just chucking them over the counter at the floor and the floor around this thing.
All right, so you start chucking bottles.
Mm-hmm.
This thing's gonna go next. Trent, a tentacle lash is out at you. It's got these wicked looking barbs on it, and it is going to wrap itself around you and it's going to try to crush you, essentially.
Okay.
All right.
There's no way to dodge this, right?
You're in a bout and you're being heroic.
So probably not. I mean, when you put it that way, yeah.
Would you dodge in a bout of heroism when you're shooting maniacally trying to take this thing down?
I mean, I could make a case for it, but I also like your idea as well.
Okay. So it's going to wrap itself around you, and I'm going to make a roll. You can fight back. You can't shoot it to fight back, but you can try to.
Yeah, let's do that. I'll do the brawl.
Make it a good one.
It was not, in fact, a good one.
Okay. So it's going to do some damage to you as these writhing hooks start ripping apart your flesh. How's 7 points of damage do you?
Don't care for it. Don't care for it. Let's see if I stay awake. Okay. 18 under 50 for my con, so hard success.
Conscious.
I'm good.
That's a good thing.
Yep.
For its second attack. Tell me what y'all's app is.
60?
Oh, I'm only 50. I'm an ugly motherfucker.
Okay. Jabari?
50 also.
Okay. Trent?
I'm rocking a hard 30.
All right.
Did
So,
life ride you hard and put you away wet? Jesus.
Apparently. Oh,
Sam, as you're
yeah.
running over towards Saito, something
Mhm.
slithers out of the dark and wraps itself around your legs.
Oh God. Okay. Buy me a drink
So,
first.
not tonight, sweetheart. All right.
Oh,
So it's going to wrap itself around your legs. You're not looking at it, so I'm not going to let you fight back, but you
correct.
can attempt to dodge it.
Yeah, we can do that. I rolled a
Mm-hmm.
21, which is a hard. Do I need an extreme?
Mm-hmm.
The
Well,
the blinking
yeah,
says
no.
everything.
No, I know, I know. Then I'll
Mm-hmm.
burn 12 points of luck to make it extreme.
Okay. That's a good idea. That's a very, very, very good idea.
Yeah, I don't want to be the pretty, pretty princess wrapped up in the beauty-hating tentacle monster.
Yes. All right. So this thing lashes around, but Sam, you managed to duck out of the way. However, what I am going to say is you cannot dodge without looking at it.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no, but yeah, your
It's
call.
your a tentacle lashes out at you, you
I
instinctively
get you.
look.
I get
Yeah.
you.
Give me a sand roll.
33, so that's a success.
Okay. Okay, you're still gonna lose 3 points of sand.
I mean, 3 is not insane.
Which is good. If we had another insane person in this party, we might have a problem, as if we didn't
Yep,
already.
yep, 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 yep,
Uh,
yep.
Takahashi, my friend, what does your bout of madness look like?
So I have a question pertaining to my bout of madness.
Yes.
As you may know from my backstory,
Mm-hmm.
Takahashi has had many daydreams of doing something at his office that some might consider dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
What are the odds that I would have some sort of lighter or similar implement? Because for those of you who haven't read Takahashi's sheet, there were some time before I went on a little vacation, I was ready to firebomb the office.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you want to put that down to a luck roll or if you're just going to let me have a lighter.
You stopped at the konbini. I'll say that you have a lighter if you wanted to grab a lighter. I am a
Yes.
generous god.
And given that Croft-san has just soaked the floor in various alcohols,
Mm-hmm.
Takahashi-san is going to shout out, "Burn, motherfucker!" I know it's in the Zoom chat somewhere. I did look up how to say motherfucker in Japanese, but he's gonna just take the lighter and
Mm-hmm.
just dramatically drop it into the growing pools of alcohol.
Okay.
With,
You drop
and
it
I want
into
to
the
add
pool of
this
alcohol.
because it is a bout of madness. There is zero self-preservation at this step.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We'll get to that. Oh,
Oh,
believe me, we'll
goody.
get to that. We'll
I just
get
want
to
to make
that.
sure you know he's not thinking I'm going to walk away from burning a building down. He's thinking the fire will cleanse this hellish place because that is not some eldritch being in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
It's his boss.
Sam,
And he wants to burn that motherfucker.
Yep.
your turn.
Oh,
You almost
it's my
got
turn.
grabbed.
Sorry.
You almost
I
got grabbed by
forgot.
tentacles.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm going to continue to beeline it to Sato
Mm-hmm.
because she's probably prettier than I am, and start trying to cut her feet free and run her out of here.
Okay, so you start working to release her. Give me a dex roll just to see how far you get with cutting the ropes and everything.
That is a 60 on the nose, which is a success.
Okay, so I'll say on this round you get the ropes cut. You'll be able to start moving her out on the next turn. Okay, Trent, do you need to reload yet?
I don't. You know why? Because I have a second gun on me. So I toss
That's
the
true.
one gun, I take
Uh-huh.
the other one,
Uh-huh.
And I already know what these chuckle fucks are going to do, but it doesn't, like, Bucho knows,
Mm-hmm.
but Agent Trent Landry doesn't know and doesn't care. And
Mm-hmm.
so he is going to try to run up on this thing and,
Mm-hmm.
like, get a grip around the neck and shoot it in the head.
Okay.
This is what
So
he wants to do.
Okay, so what I'm going to say for that is you're going to have to use this round to make a grapple and then
Okay.
shoot on the next turn.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
So give me strength. And it'll be versus this thing's strength.
Oh, no problem. Yeah.
Oh,
Nah. Nah.
No?
Move
Okay.
on. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you later what this thing's strength is.
I don't think I
You
want to know.
Yeah, you try to grapple this thing and it shakes you off like a dog and sends you sliding across the floor, which
Okay.
is now soaking wet with alcohol. And Jabari, you see Trent get flung off and go sliding across this alcohol slicked floor.
Has Takahashi thrown his fireball yet? Okay. Well, at that point, I will.
He started the flames. He started the flames in the back. It's just he didn't throw it. He dropped the lighter in the alcohol, so he didn't throw anything.
fire good.
Fire
In that
good.
case, seeing what happened with Landry, at that point, I will then pull out the comic version of the alabaster
Archfiend.
archfiend, hold it up, and scream his name,
Mm-hmm.
lift up the lighter, and I basically say, "Go to Junguru," and light it and toss it into the fire in front of him.
Fantastic. I absolutely love that. All right. So it
Or
is
drop it into the
going
flame, whatever. Yeah.
Mhm. It is going to attack now, but you're going to give it a penalty die because you destroyed the manuscript, which it hates. It flies
Of
into an
course.
uncontrollable rage. So
As
Trent,
flames erupt around it.
you are getting tentacle lashed out at again.
Sure. Yeah. Just another Thursday night.
Just another Thursday night. Dodge or fight back.
I'm going to have to fight back.
Okay. Fight back. You can do this. I believe in you.
No, I cannot.
No,
I,
you
I
cannot.
no, I have been knocked a little silly in this moment. I am
Mm.
worthless.
Okay, you take another 5 points of damage.
I'm out.
Okay, you're unconscious.
Okay.
I don't believe you didn't take your full amount of hit points in one go, and it didn't take you to below half under 0. So you're still you're still alive, but you're dying. So good luck.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you
And
guys.
the second tentacle is going to lash out at you, Jabari, because you just destroyed its manuscript. But with a penalty die, let's see how
I'm
that
dodging.
goes. Okay, please dodge.
That is a 66, which I'm not. Can I push that?
You can spend luck.
Ah, okay. Well, actually, I haven't really spent much luck in this game.
Spend
Uh,
luck.
yeah. That's here. That's
This is your GM
yeah.
being a
Let
good person.
yes. And let me just figure out what the quantity. I just need a success.
Mm-hmm.
So let's
Just
see.
a regular because you're
66
dodging.
minus 66.
It would have been an extreme if it weren't for that penalty die.
Right. Okay, I will spend the 26 points of luck to make that a success.
Fantastic. A big spender. That's a good idea. All right. So it screams and lashes out at you, but you dodge out of the way. You expected this. Takahashi, the room's on fire.
The room's not on fire enough.
Clearly not.
I'm going to grab the lighter from the flaming. Again, zero self-preservation here.
Mm-hmm.
Doc is aware this is a bad idea. I would grab the lighter and just start trying to making Molotovs.
All right. So you
And by
start
make
making
I'm not like just
Molotovs.
lighting the liquid and just throwing them. There's no
Okay.
rag in them. There's no wick.
Yep. So Takahashi starts lighting booze, bottles of booze and throwing them. So there's more fire, uh, everywhere. Sam, you see Trent go down. You've cut Saito free, but as you're moving her out of the chair, you see Trent get picked up by a tentacle, and his insides, you can see some of them.
I'm going to push Saito towards like a back door or something, and then is Trent on the ground or still being
He's on the
crushed?
ground. He's on the
Oh,
ground.
okay. I'm going to beeline it for Trent with the plan to grab his collar and drag his ass out of there.
Okay. So Saito starts stumbling towards the door. She's coughing now. This room is filling with smoke because there is fire everywhere. Just making sure we're all aware of this fact.
Just remember
Every
to take my organs with you as well, is all I'm asking.
I'm just hoping to get a gun for later.
So Sam, you run up towards Landry and grab onto his collar, start dragging him out. He's in bad, 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 bad shape.
We can figure that out later.
Mm-hmm. But you start dragging him out of there. So Trent, give me a con roll.
Okay. That's going to be a no.
No?
Yeah. I
Oh
mean,
boy.
hold on.
Okay.
What is so I have never been at this level before with a character.
Mm-hmm.
What ends up happening at this stage of the game?
You're gonna die.
Okay, I'm gonna spin the luck. So I
Yeah.
got yeah,
Because you're dying essentially because you took a major wound.
yeah,
And you went below 0. So you're dying, you have to pass your con roll. And if you fail the con roll, you die.
I understand.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna spend 16 points of luck so that I don't die.
Good idea. Good idea. We like Laundry Sun.
Good round. Good round.
Good round, everybody. Okay. And it is Jabari's turn.
I will throw a few more bottles to try and keep the flames going around it
Mm-hmm.
as I'm making my exit.
Okay, you start making your exit. Takahashi-san is dancing now. Like he's dancing in the flame with a wild manic look on his face, and he's throwing bottles. Sam is dragging Trent, trying to drag Trent away from this thing by his collar. Saito is running for the door just ahead of you. But Takahashi doesn't seem to notice or care about any of this stuff. He's just manically dancing in the flames.
What's the flames between me and him, or status of the flames between me and him?
There's fire between you.
Yeah, I'm running for the door.
Okay, you're running for the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you run for the door. And the alabaster archfiend lets out a horrific scream. And then it disappears. And Coda's body collapses to the ground. And everything's on fire. So we're out of rounds now. Takahashi-san, make me a power roll.
Oh,
Hmm.
I was expecting a con roll because I'm surrounded by fire.
Oh, we'll
Well,
get
I
to
was
that.
getting it's better than a con roll right now.
Hmm.
Can I spend luck on this?
Yes.
I would like to spend 11 points of luck to turn my 61 into a 50.
You snap out of it.
Mm.
You are in a room with a dead body with an exploded head in tattered yellow robes on the ground. There is fire everywhere. And you see Sam dragging Trent's prone body out the door. Jabari is running for the door, and you are surrounded by flame. Make me a con roll.
There it is. 47 under 60.
Okay, so you're coughing and choking, but you're still up and you're breathing.
I'm pulling my shirt to
Mm-hmm.
make a makeshift
Mm-hmm.
filter. It's not going to do shit.
Nope.
I know this,
Mm-hmm.
but in the moment, Takahashi, because it's clearly just like cheap polyester. It's not even a good shirt.
Mm-hmm. What do you do?
I'm going to start running for the door and trying to realize that maybe we don't firebomb the office in the future.
At least not while you're inside it, Takahashi.
Look, I took a calculated risk and I threw my calculator away.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm gonna
So,
try to run for the door, like through the flame, try to dodge the flames as best I can.
mm-hmm. Okay, give me
But
a dodge roll.
also, yeah. Oh, Jesus! I should choose my words more carefully.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 64 over 32.
All right. So you're gonna take 2 points of damage.
Okay, good. So I don't have the luck to.
As
I
your
can't
as
spend
your
enough luck to pass that.
yeah, your pants catch on fire as you're running
Oh,
through
not
the
my
flame.
good pants.
Yep.
I'll need new
Unfortunately, yes.
trousers after this.
Mm-hmm. So you run out the building,
Sprinting
sprinting,
to the
yes.
best of my
Uh,
little legs can carry me.
Saito is sitting on the ground, breathing heavily, sobbing. Sam has dragged Trent out into the street. Trent is bleeding heavily. Sam, even with your limited medical experience, he's in
Mhm.
a really bad way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You can see things that should not be able to be seen in a normal day. Uh,
Sure.
Takahashi comes running out behind Jabari. His pants are on fire and he's coughing and choking. But at least he's up on his feet. And there's sirens, and the police finally arrive. And behind them, some ambulances. Hmm? So,
Fantastic.
yes. So, uh, Trent gets tended to very efficiently by the EMTs, and they take you off to the hospital. They tell you, Sam, which hospital they're taking him to, so you'll be able to check in on him.
Mhm.
And Saito is sitting there looking at the building, sobbing as they try to put the fire out, and the police are trying to figure out what happened. And you just hear her saying, "He said it was my fault.
Jabari
He
will go up
said
to
it was
her
my fault."
and sit down next to her and take her hand if she's willing.
Mm.
It was never your fault, honey. He
I,
wasn't seeing the world long before you met him.
I, I, I just wanted to make art, and
What
he he
I
made
know, and I will
he
hold her, hug her. He wasn't, but the art he wasn't making wasn't good for the world.
he made me watch while he killed them. And she starts sobbing. She
That
cries
wasn't
into your
art.
shoulder.
And I'll just keep saying that wasn't art as I gently stroke her head.
Mm-hmm. And she sniffles and cries a bit more. And then to Coda this part, Trent's taken off to the hospital. Saito is calmed down eventually, Jabari, by your talking to her. She eventually realizes that it's you and is a little confused, but you've calmed her down by this point, and she tells you that she's going to go stay with her parents outside Tokyo because she doesn't want to be here anymore.
That's wise. But
Mhm.
before you do, just for your safety and sake, tell the police what happened and what he was like.
She talks to the police. The police talk to all of you, except for Trent, obviously, who is in an ambulance on his way to the hospital. What do you tell them?
I'm going to try to speak up first and loudest. um, explaining that when we got here, he had spread a whole bunch of alcohol over the place and had killed a whole bunch of people. And then when Landry shot the knife out of his hand, he started a fire.
All right, all right. They listen.
As Percy-san is saying that, Takahashi's gonna like walk over with his singed pants and be like, I would like to make one correction to that record. It was not Landry-san that disarmed him. It was the power of numbers. If you find my calculator in the building, could you please return it? And he'll pull out his card with his like business address. In case you find it in there, I would like it back, please. I understand if you need it for evidence.
Oh, I
Yeah,
give Takashi-san the nastiest goddamn look he's ever seen.
they
Salaryman, I've seen worse shit than you can do.
they listen and they nod and they get the fire put out. What you hear about on the news later that night is that this young man had a mental break and tried to kill his girlfriend and a bunch of people at the club. He set it on fire, tried to kill everyone inside. Only a few people made it out. They don't give your names or anything, just that a few people survived. But it's put down to a mental health crisis essentially, and that's all that's said that night about what happened at Panic, other than the very real panic that happened. So Trent, I'm going to make a medicine roll for the doctor who's working on you.
Okie dokie.
Ooh, he got an 8. Nice. So you can regain 3 whole hit points.
That's better than -1.
You get 3 whole hit points back,
Love it.
and you are stitched up quite nicely.
Okay.
So the question I have for everyone is, are you going to follow up on things you found before this? The letter, the name of the person who wrote the Tale of Pale Leaves, or are you exhausted and just going to leave things as they are?
Having just come back to life, I think I'm going to rest for a couple days.
Okay.
I would probably try to run down the letter.
Okay.
I'm going back to work on the adventures of the Sunflower Monk.
Okay. Can't hear you, Doc.
Yeah, it's weird.
Sorry. What? That's really weird. I'm unmuted.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Now we can hear you.
Oh, that's weird as hell. It never does that. I'm gonna need to buy a new calculator, and that's gonna be at least a couple days because you got to find the right model, one that feels right in your hand, and also on top of that, I'm going back to work.
You're going back to work?
I'm going back to work.
Okay.
He's got a renewed zest for life.
His fantasy has been lived.
Yep.
The power of numbers has been proven in a combat setting. Y'all are doubting this.
No, I'm picturing you now realizing like, yes, I really could set this building on fire if I wanted to.
It's like that scene from
It's
Office
within me.
Space. I
And
could
see,
take this building
kids,
down.
reading does pay off. You know how to stop your eldritch monsters.
I could burn
Math
this whole
comes in
office building
handy.
to the ground.
All right. So in that case, since you're mostly going back to normal life, Sam, you managed to track down it's not hard. He's a public figure, right? Matsushima is a well-known public figure. He's got his address on the letter. You can track him down. Do you go to see him by yourself?
If I don't have an Agent Landry son to join me, then yeah, I would probably go by myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're going to have a scene with just Sam at this point. So, Sam, you make your way to Matsushima's address. It's in Aobadai, Tokyo. You go, what, the following day? Or do you wait a little bit?
Yeah, the following day seems reasonable.
Okay. So you arrive in Meguro, which is a little town in the southwestern part of Tokyo. It's a relaxed atmosphere. There's fashionable cafes and restaurants and beautiful homes. Matsushima lives in a large two-story house with a traditional stone wall around it. And when you arrive, you are greeted by an unnervingly attractive young woman in a French maid's outfit. She bows and says, "Welcome to the Matsushima residence. The master has been expecting you."
Hi, I'm Miss Samantha Percy, and whom are you?
"I am the maid." And she doesn't say anything else. She just leads you through the garden to a little tea house on the premises. The tea house feels spacious but cozy. She asks you to have a seat at a low table, and she says, "Just relax. The master will be here shortly." And she goes and prepares some tea for you. She's speaking in English. Um,
Okay.
and she moves off to the kitchenette to make tea for you. You can see that there's a desk in here. There's a wall lined with bookshelves. It's a small space, but it's pretty cozy and comfortable. Do you just sit and wait?
I mean, I'm going to read the spines on the books,
Hmm.
and look around, but yes, for the most part, I am meeting Japanese protocol.
Okay. You look over the shelves and you see a copy of the Sutra of Pale Leaves on the middle
Okay,
shelf.
okay.
And as you see this, the doors slide open and Matsushima Nobuo comes in. He's a very handsome man, probably in his 40s. He's got neatly trimmed facial hair. He's wearing a lounging robe, which is loose enough around his chest and arms to show that he has a chiseled physique. Both the people you've met here are very, very attractive people. And he smiles warmly at you and then sits down across from you as the maid starts to pour the tea. It says, "So what do I owe this visit? I have an idea, but far be it from me to put words in your mouth. Percy-san?"
Oh, Ohio gozaimasu. I apologize. Mauso Shima-sama. Yes, I apologize. I did not want to meet you on such strange terms, but unfortunately, I came upon a letter that you had sent to someone that was apparently looking to have something published, and I was trying to find some more information about it because we had a very unfortunate run-in with those people.
Yes. I read about the unfortunate incident at Panic. Poor young man. He was not well. He tried to imitate greatness, and it did not go well for him. And he
Yes,
smiles sadly.
I drink as well.
Mhm.
Um, so, why do you know why they were looking to have that published through you?
Ah, well, I am a part of the APL, the Association of Pale Leaves. It's a not-for-profit charitable foundation, you know. But we are united by the philosophies of a certain book. I saw you admiring it as I came in. Have you had experience with the sutra before?
Um, y yes, I have, and I will actually break into the mantra for a second
All right.
before stopping.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we've had interactions with the association before. They've helped us many times, and honestly, I would love to join if there's a way for me to join the association as well.
Well, hmm. Your destiny lies along this path, I think. He smiles. I can see it. You must be a unique and talented individual. You have been chosen by the prince, have you not?
Um, I I believe I have. I've even been complimented by him, which was such a high honor.
Yes. The prince is well. Have you read the story, the tale of pale leaves? It's truly a remarkable story.
I've only read a forgery, a pale imitation of the truth.
Hmm.
Do you have a copy that I may be able to have?
I do not, unfortunately. I don't have my copy anymore, but uh, perhaps you could learn at the manga market. I heard that the author was going to be there themselves today,
Oh,
so perhaps you could find something there. But you you need to open your mind to the prince. I can see he has touched you already. Yes. To properly understand who the prince is, the Prince of Pale Leaves, you must be willing to open your mind to paradox. The prince does and does not exist on this world. The prince is one mind in many places and many forms. Although he's called the prince, he's not limited by such mundane concepts as class or gender or race. You only know of him as a fictional character from the book. This is ironic, because the prince originates in a higher plane of existence and perceives our world similarly to how you might perceive a manga, a comic book. Just as an author could change the story on a whim by rewriting it, or change the characters and the scenery by redrawing it, the prince can do the same to this casual thread we call reality. According to the text, the prince is an enlightened master, and I know this to be true. He comes from a place called Tokyo no Kuni, the Eternal Heaven. Some occult scholars called it by another name, Carcosa. He is truly bringing enlightenment to this plane, making the world a better place through people like you. I can see that you want the world to be better, just as he does. Not like
absolutely.
not like that poor young man. But
Absolutely. I understand the need of living in two worlds. I I I will do what I can to serve the prince in this life.
wonderful, wonderful. Yes, I do believe you've got a path ahead of you towards enlightenment. And in fact, well, you and I only want what is best. I have the best of intentions for my country, for this whole world. And I think maybe you still need to decide what side of history you want to be on. I would like to give you and your friends an invitation. There's a special event on New Year's Eve, AKB squared, Akuchiba in Akibara. You will learn everything else you need to know there. Everyone attending must have read The Tale of Pale Leaves, but my invitation to you and Landry Takahashi Croft is your invitation.
That is so kind of you. We will absolutely be there. That is so generous.
He passes you an envelope. Here's your invitation.
Thank you.
There's an address on the back. It says New Year's Eve. Do remember. And please consider what I've said very, very carefully. And in the unlikely event you're thinking of doing something foolish, like attacking me or trying to burn down my house, I can assure you it won't end well.
I I am a woman of deep, deep peace. I understand that I cannot always say the same for my compatriots, but I would never think of treating this place with disrespect and in all of its beauty.
Very well. Thank you so much for your visit and for helping that young man achieve peace. He smiles over his cup of tea. So, what do you do next?
Well, I will finish the tea ritual as you do, and I will appropriate myself
Mm-hmm.
and go back, and I will pass this information on to our team.
Okay. So the three of you have been informed. Like, I assumed Sam goes by Trent's hospital, uh, where he's looking better, but better's not saying much when you last saw his intestines. So, but he is looking a bit better, and he's he's there. You can talk to Takahashi. You've got his contact information. You know how to get in contact with Jabari, so you can share this information with everyone in their various places. The party is on New Year's Eve, so just a few days away, and you have an address and an invitation. Do you look at the invitation?
I do.
Okay. So inside you find 4 cards. They're simple yellow cards with a complex mark like a family crest drawn in black ink. You recognize it as the seal of the prince. You saw it in the Sutra when you were looking through it. So I will leave it all to you to decide, are you actually going to go to this shindig or
Uh,
let it go?
I will
I'm
say
going.
for
Mhm,
so for Trent, so this is 5. I mean, I guess technically it's either 4 or 5 days away from now.
mhm,
So what is his health going to be like by the
mhm,
time New Year's Eve comes? Because if it's, I mean, realistically, like if he's still dog shit by then,
mhm.
like there's no way he's going.
Yeah, so you'd regain a hit point per day.
Hmm?
If you stay in the hospital for another day to get more medical care, I will give you an additional hit point.
Okay.
So you'd get back 5 more.
Let's go for that. Um, yeah. Okay. So he'd be sitting at about 8 by New Year's Eve. I think he'd be hesitant, um, but he would know that the job is not done. So I feel like he would be duty bound to go to get more information.
Okay. What about Takahashi and Jabari?
I'd go. I'm curious about this. I mean, given the spiritual connection we've had with the Sutra before, it could be worth checking out.
I'm going to go for, as far as I know, it's a path to connections as well as maybe getting my manga. my future manga published.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. All right, so you all decide to go to the party at AKB Squared on December 31st, 1986. And I think we will actually leave that there for this evening because I don't want to rush the party. And so we will see what happens next time when we all tune in. So for those of you watching at home, that Friends of the Symphony is where our show will end for tonight. Thank you so much for everyone who joined in and or is currently watching the replay. You are indeed the best part of waking up. We sincerely appreciate you. Again, if you enjoyed this content, please consider helping the Symphony make more by backing us on Patreon at patreon.com/symphonyentertainment. We hope you've enjoyed the Symphony, and we look forward to seeing you again. Have a wonderful night.